Yellow Productions presents
13 things to know before you go to LA. I'm Chris, this is Yellow Productions. I do travel guides that are fun, informative, and entertaining. And in this video, I'll tell you things you would like to know before you go to Los Angeles. And there's gonna be 13 of them, so here we go. Number one is that Los Angeles is huge, or should I say it's huge. Los Angeles is really, really big. If you're coming on a trip to Los Angeles and you're staying for probably anywhere less than a month, you won't be able to see all of LA. There is also no center of Los Angeles. Right now, I'm in downtown Los Angeles at the LA Live District. This is probably downtown LA is the closest to the center, but you can't stay here and just walk to everything like you can in a lot of big cities. So you really will need a rental car if you want to see a majority of the attractions. LA is really, really spread out. And the other thing to know about Los Angeles related to it being huge is that LA is comprised of many, many different cities. So when people say Los Angeles, they're also referring to cities like Beverly Hills, Santa Monica, Malibu. Those are not neighborhoods of Los Angeles, those are actually their own cities. And I think Los Angeles is composed of about 50 different cities. There's also Orange County just to the south of Los Angeles County. Many people consider that part of LA as well, except people who live in Orange County, then they'll say it's completely different. Okay, the second thing you'll want to know before you come to LA is traffic. And what will you want to know about traffic? Well, LA has traffic everywhere and all the time. All day, every day. Yes, even at 1 a.m. on a weekend. Just deal with it. There's going to be traffic. Don't get pissed. Don't get road rage. It's just going to be slow. And just use Google Maps and see how long it's going to take. There's a phrase in LA that everything is 20 minutes away except when there's traffic, and in that case it's 60 minutes away. I'll tell you that may be true, but if you're going downtown LA to Disneyland on a busy traffic time, it might take you 2 hours. So really plan those routes out ahead. The other thing to know about traffic and driving is that the freeways, they have names. You know, a lot of people refer to things like the I-95 on the East Coast. Well, here we don't really call it the interstate, we call it the 405. We call it the 5. We put the word the in front of the freeway. And they also have names. It'll be like the San Diego Freeway or the Santa Monica Freeway, because they have names based upon where they're going. So those are things that you'll hear when you're here. The third thing to know when you come to LA is about public transit. And there's a lot of people that say Los Angeles has no public transit. And I'm here to tell you that's actually not true. Los Angeles has a really, really nice subway system. And it's a clean, modern subway. It doesn't go a lot of places. It runs through downtown Los Angeles. It goes up to Hollywood. Great if you want to go through Hollywood, up to Universal Studios. It's pretty cheap. Adults are $1.75 a ride. Seniors or disabled are like 35 cents on off-peak times. So if you are going someplace the subway goes, check it out. The subway stations are decorated pretty nicely. They just opened the Expo line from downtown LA, which will actually take you all the way to Santa Monica from downtown Los Angeles if you take that. Okay, but the last thing to know about public transit is LA has a lot of buses, but you might not want to ride the buses. A lot of parts of the world, buses can be great, efficient modes of transportation. In LA, you'll probably be sitting on a bus next to people who smell bad, and generally the bus is not considered a prime method of transportation in LA. Number 4, parking. So, because you followed my previous tip and you're going to have a rental car, you're going to need to park it at a lot of attractions. And the things to know is that parking in Los Angeles is often valet, almost always costs money, is often very limited and has really small parking spaces. The only place that you're really going to get free parking is probably when you're driving on the 405 freeway and it's rush hour and you're not going anywhere, and so therefore you're parked on the freeway. That will likely be free. But if you're parking on the city streets, particularly in downtown Los Angeles, Beverly Hills, Santa Monica, pay attention to the street signs. They have bizarre regulations here about what times you can and can't park. Typically during morning rush hour, you can't park. Afternoon rush hour, you can't park. There's like 2 hours in the afternoon you can park, 1 hour in the evening you can park. Some residential areas will have signs that say like no parking Monday through Friday these times, no parking anytime Sunday. They might as well just have a sign that says go away. But pay attention to those signs. you don't want to get a ticket. I have, so I'm telling you that from previous experience. Number 5 thing to know before coming to Los Angeles is about navigation. So obviously to be able to park your rental car someplace, you're going to be able to drive it and navigate. So LA has a lot of roads and a lot of routes. My number 1 recommendation is if you don't have a GPS or a phone with GPS, get a GPS in your rental car. You'll want it. The roads here are super confusing. The other thing I'll say is it's good ahead of time just to kind of know the exit that you're going to take off the freeway. Sometimes they're not super well signed and the exits just appear out of nowhere. So know the exit you're going to take. Don't take the wrong exit, because literally if you take maybe one exit before or afterwards, you might end up in some super sketchy neighborhood that you really don't want to be. So pay attention to take the right exit. The other thing to know is because Los Angeles has a lot of distinct cities, the roads that run through LA can be really long. It can be a 40-mile street that runs through Los Angeles, but it goes through 10 different cities, and the street numbering will like update every time it goes into a different city. So you can have, 2000 Santa Monica Boulevard in Beverly Hills and 2000 Santa Monica Boulevard in Los Angeles, and those are 2 different places. So make sure you're entering the city along with the address, because if you enter a different city, you'll be at a different place and not where you want to go. Okay, the 6th thing you want to know before coming to Los Angeles is about the weather. LA, contrary to what you've heard, is not always sunny and warm. Yes, today happens to be a sunny day, but it is not always sunny and it's not always warm. Particularly at night, it actually can get really cold. A lot of people only come with shorts and a t-shirt, but I'll tell you, nighttime in the winter, you will want a jacket and you'll probably want long pants. As a Southern California local, I'll wear shorts all the time, but I'll generally put on a fleece and sometimes even a beanie if it gets cold. So do check the weather forecast, and don't just pay attention to the daytime high, pay attention to the nighttime low, because the nighttime low can sometimes be 30 degrees lower than the daytime high. And the other thing to know is that inland Los Angeles can be 30 degrees warmer than coastal Los Angeles. So you might hear the weather forecast in Santa Monica and it's 70 degrees, but if you go out to Pomona, it can be 100 degrees. And that is really not an exaggeration. Those can be actual temperatures at noon on any given day here in LA. The other thing to know is about the ocean water. You might be coming to Los Angeles to go to the beach. The ocean water is not like Hawaii. Here it is cold pretty much all year round. The summer high for the ocean water is 70 degrees. That's about as high as it gets. The warmest days will be 72. That'll typically be in August or September. In December or January, the water temperature will be 55 degrees. And as LA or Southern California locals, we can tell the tourists, because those are the people in the water, not in the summer, that don't have wetsuits on. Pretty much all the locals will have wetsuits on. You can rent those if you come to the beach. Just be prepared for cold water. You'll also want to bring lots of sunscreen. I feel like in Southern California we're pretty close to the sun here, particularly if you go to the beach, and so it's pretty easy to burn like a crisp. Bring sunglasses, the sun's bright, you'll want them. A lot of activities are outside here. And the last thing related to the weather to know is LA is considered a desert, and so it's very, very dry. So you'll either want to have some moisturizer or use moisturizer in your hotels, because your skin can get really, really dry here after being here for a while, particularly if you're not used to this kind of a climate. Okay, 7th thing to know about LA is LA is really unlike the rest of California. California is a really big state, and Los Angeles can often feel like its own different country. I'm from San Diego, and when I come up to Los Angeles, I do feel like I've traveled a long, long way to a very different place, even though it's only 80 or 90 miles away. In particular, if you want to feel the most out of this world and like you're actually in a different country completely, check out Venice Beach, which is just south of Santa Monica. The Venice Beach Boardwalk, it's famous. There is nothing like Venice Beach anywhere else in the world. Crazy boardwalk with some of the most interesting characters that I think you will see anywhere. Okay, the 8th thing to know about coming to LA is Hollywood is in the neighborhood called Hollywood. There are other neighborhoods and cities called Hollywood. There's West Hollywood, East Hollywood, and North Hollywood. East, West, and North Hollywood are actually very far away from the center of Hollywood. When you think of the Walk of Fame and the stars and all that stuff, that's in Hollywood. Probably the best place to go if you're doing Google Maps is to go to the intersection of Hollywood and Highland. There's a Hollywood and Highland Mall there. That's where the Dolby Theater is. So if you're going to Hollywood, that's where you'll want to go. But oh, by the way, in Hollywood, there are actually no actors in Hollywood. When people think of Hollywood, they're like, oh, I'm going to see stars and they're going to be famous. And about all you're going to see on Hollywood Boulevard are maybe people dressed up as Elmo or Spider-Man. And it's you might see a few bums and a few homeless people. Actually, you'll see a lot of homeless people. Los Angeles has a pretty big homeless community and population. So just go ahead and be prepared for that. And oh, by the way, a lot of people when they come to Hollywood or LA say, hey, let's go see the taping of a show. You know, it's a 30-minute comedy show. It'll only take 30 minutes, right? Well, if you go see a taping of a 30-minute show, it will take at least 4 hours. So be prepared to invest that much time if you're going to see a show taping. Okay. Number 9, something you're going to hear a lot when you come to LA is the term the Valley. People will say things like, oh, I'll come in all the way from the Valley for this. What valley are they talking about? They are talking about the San Fernando Valley. And the San Fernando Valley is the valley just north of Los Angeles. This gets the term Valley Girl, the Valley accent. The Valley are the cities primarily of Burbank, Studio City, North Hollywood, and Van Nuys. So if someone says, I'm from the Valley, or we're going to go to the Valley, or that's in the Valley, that's the Valley north of Los Angeles. Okay, number 10, and this kind of takes us back to number 8 related to Hollywood, is that some of LA's most known attractions are the most run down. Lots of LA can be really seedy, and you know, when people think of Hollywood or people think of Venice Beach, they think of like glamour and glitz and all that stuff. And I am here to tell you that there's not a lot of glamour and glitz at most of LA's popular attractions. They are certainly classic attractions, but don't expect them to be nice. Actually, take your expectations if they're up here and bring them way down here for about how nice they are. The nicest things you'll find in LA are things that are really owned and run by private companies or corporations. LA Live, the district behind me, really quite nice. But there's a lot of places, the public places in LA, often not so nice and can be run down. Because it's such a big city, the tax dollars kind of go everywhere. The nicest public building you're going to find is probably Union Station, which is in downtown Los Angeles. Check that out. Also, you can go over to LA City Hall, see a view from the top, and see just what I mean about things being run down. LA City Hall has really seen some better days. The 11th thing to know about LA is that from a dress code, LA is pretty casual. You know, a lot of people think, oh, it's a high-end restaurant, I'll need to wear a suit and tie. I'm here to tell you that like shorts, a t-shirt, and flip-flops will get you into 98% of all establishments in Los Angeles. I'm sure some people will say, well, Chris, but there's this place and there's that place, and yeah, there's a few here and there that have a dress code and they want you to wear, you know, a shirt, and there's like 0.001% that you have to wear a shirt and a tie, but that is pretty rare. You'll fit in fine with shorts and a t-shirt. Number 12, bring your own shopping bag. California recently passed a law that supermarkets and food places have to charge 10 cents for shopping bags. And so if you don't want to pay 10 cents for a shopping bag, bring that shopping bag. Or you buy a shopping bag once, bring it back to the store. The charge is for paper and plastic shopping bags, all shopping bags that come from a food type place. If you're going to a restaurant, then they don't charge you to a shopping bag. So you might want to get some fast food, get a bag, and then you can take it to the supermarket. Okay, and the last thing to know about coming to LA is Mexican food is awesome here. If you're coming to LA and maybe you say, well, hey, I don't like Mexican food because Mexican food's not very good, I'll probably tell you haven't had good Mexican food. I lived on the East Coast for a while, and people would always say, Chris, I'm gonna take you to this really great Mexican restaurant. And after I went to about the 6th or 7th one, I was like, please don't take me to any more Mexican restaurants because they're all bad. I will tell you here in LA, they are all almost very, very good. My favorite Mexican restaurant in LA is called King Taco. It is a chain of taco places. They sell tacos, burritos, nachos, tamales, and then basically you pick what meat you want in it. It's pretty simple. The taco is like $1.59. Some of the best carne asada that I feel I've had anywhere. and just really simple, really tasty. I'll also tell you, you won't find this at King Taco, but you'll find it at a lot of other Mexican restaurants. Get the fish tacos. Fish tacos are a Baja California specialty in Mexico, and so since we're just right north of Baja California, you'll find lots of fish tacos as well. It's funny, there's actually a place in LA called the Best Fish Tacos in Ensenada. Ensenada's in Mexico, but it's in LA, so just kind of a funny name for a place. Okay, well, so that concludes everything you need to know before you come to Los Angeles. And hey, if you're an LA local and you were watching this, you think there's something else that people need to know, please leave it in the comments below for other visitors that come to LA. If you got something useful out of this video, please give it a thumbs up. If you're not a subscriber, you could consider subscribing for new videos every weekend. You could also follow me on Facebook, Twitter, or Google+, or you could click over here to watch some of my other videos from LA. All right, well, thank you very much, and keep on traveling. Bye-bye.